Networking to you?
Talking with friends. I prefer to do it in real life, but whatever. But yeah, with friends. Anything with friends.
Mainly just a place to chat with a couple of people and to check updates on stuff. Other than that, yeah. I hate all the game requests.
Networking to you?
To me, it's a place where people can contact each other easier, friends, relatives, people you want to meet online who have similar interests.
I would just say it means when people gather or meet with each other. Just more or less that sense, like people gathering around, getting to know each other, just people just networking with each other. Oh.
Social network means to me a way to contact people through internet.
It means, I don't know, social networking would be like Facebook and Twitter and all that madness. I don't really understand. See what?
Social network means something kind of based on the internet where you cannot normally be with other people, but you're still in contact with them.
What does social networking to you?
It's staying connected with friends and family and coworkers.
Is using the internet in different ways to get yourself out there and to communicate with different people that you usually wouldn't communicate with on an everyday basis.
Either Skype or Vent, and I use it frequently to talk to friends over video games.
Facebook, and when I'm using my computer, I tend to have it on, but it doesn't mean I'm fully aware of it. Because I know there's people that would message me, and I get back like a while later, like, oh, whoops.
I use most of them. I use Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook. Those are the main three. And lately I've been using my Tumblr a lot more than the other two.
I use Facebook a lot. I actually have my personal page, which I use for my friends, and I also have my public page, which I use for my job. And I think that's pretty much the only one I use now. Unless if you classify YouTube as a social network, then yeah, I use that too, pretty often.
How often do you use it?
I use Facebook as my social networking site, which I bet everybody uses. I don't really use it that much, considering I like talking to people face to face rather than talking online. That's just my preferred thing.
I use Facebook every day.
I use Facebook and I use it maybe once a day.
How often do you use it?
I have AIM, but I no longer use it. I have a Skype, which is not used all that often. Every once in a while. And then I also have Facebook, which I use quite a bit.
I only use Facebook, and I normally use it throughout the day, just check what friends are doing and stuff like that.
How often do you use it?
I use Facebook. I look at it every day, but I don't always post stuff. I can post stuff like once in a while. I think that's about it.
There's currently no need to because it's free.
Will I be willing to pay for social service or social networking? Can I swear? Because I think this is the biggest load of shit.
Pay for my social network? Are you kidding me?
To pay for your social network.
No, I would not be willing to pay.
To pay for your social network.
Not at all. I believe connecting with other people should not be paid for. It should actually be free. There should be no reason why it should be paid for at all.
To pay for your social network.
No, I would not be willing to pay for my social network.
No. That was good.
Not at all.
No.
No, who wants to pay for that? I mean, unless you're like,
People will go back to email.
I don't know, like a pop star or some shit. I'm sorry.
I mean, seriously, a social networking, you have to pay for it? Fuck that noise. Seriously.
Not really, because I just lie to it and I don't really have to care. It's like, okay, you can have that information, but it's not true. I don't care.
A little. I mean, I'm not doing anything that I'm worried about people getting the wrong hands on. Like, I know some people tend to, for some reason, underage people like to post pictures of them drinking. What dumbasses, if you ask me.
Never really had a concern with privacy. I post a lot of things, and sometimes my relatives see them, and they're like, "Well, you probably shouldn't be posting that," but I just don't care.
Privacy settings. Yes and no. I feel that there's stuff that I'm okay with sharing to the public knowledge, so like how I feel about certain things. But you know, I'm not the guy who like goes to parties and gets pictures of me drinking like 40 ounces, so I'm not worried about that. But I am worried about maybe even like my credit information escaping. Dare say if I ever let it slip out on a social networking site. But no, not really.
Privacy on your social network.
I definitely am. I've been catching up with all the latest things that's been happening on Facebook, and I think that either the government or any the creators of Facebook are getting into our privacy a lot more now as opposed to before. So I believe it's kind of bad for us.
Privacy on your social network?
No, I'm not worried about privacy on my social network.
Social network.
Not really.
I am, so I just kind of base it on just a little bit of information. I don't put my cell phone number or anything that is, very crucial. I keep it basic and only to people I really know.
Not really, because what I post, like my address and my phone number, I keep it to like family and best friends.
Yeah, I'm definitely worried about privacy settings. Like, I've gotten, like, ads on Facebook from, like, random people in, like, Spain and Germany and, like, zero mutual friends whatsoever. I'm like, how did you find me? And why do you want to be my friend? So, it's important.
Well, that's a tricky question because there's multiple types of. You could just go and meet your friends, like just call them up, and that's not damaging to society, I'd say. But things like Facebook, maybe if they started invading privacy, I'd say yes. But just, yeah, that's about it. That's all I got to say on that.
It's a double-edged sword. It's an easy way to keep in contact with people that mean something to you, and also set up gatherings to actually meet in real life. But at the same time, some of the things that people are doing is just an eyesore. And just some of the posts they tend to make. I've grown a great attachment to the block button over the years.
No, I think as far as technology is concerned, anything that speeds up the transfer of information and through social networking, people can communicate much faster than they could, let's say, 10, 15 years ago.
That's a good question, because when I first got onto the social networking scene, I always thought it would be a place where you could like share ideas and contribute to, personal opinion and social opinion. But lately, I feel that like social networking nowadays has been kind of corrupted and abused. And I feel more it's just like it's being used to post funny pictures on the internet. They say like cats and like Grumpy Cat and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I feel kind of disappointed to what it means now.
I think that's either like yes and no at the same time. Yes, as in people are connecting through the internet a lot more rather than face to face, and I think it makes more people shy when they actually get together in real life. And I guess people should meet up more in real life because there's a lot more things to do rather than just talk on the internet all day.
To society?
No, I do not think social network is damaging to society.
Probably. The people need to actually like move and talk to other people more instead of just sitting in on their computers in a dark, damp basement.
It is because people lately have tended to get very dependent on it, so they kind of like more sheltered, I guess. So they really need to just get out and do more things, but it does help keep people connected.
It can be. I don't think it's damaging if you use it in the right way, but if you use it in the wrong way, like posting inappropriate stuff, yes.
In some ways, yes, it's damaging because I feel there's a lot more like cyberbullying going on, and like people just post like random things about like other people, even though they might not have their name in it. Other people do know you're talking about them, but in other ways, like it brings together, family that you usually wouldn't talk to. So